Hello and welcome to the video. We're going to look at how to correctly proportion a cat by using basic shapes. But first I'll show you how it's done with a human face. But the principle's the same, just basic blocking out of individual parts of the body. So let's have a look at how we can draw any kind of cat using basic shapes and reference points. The first thing I'll do is create a vertical line and then a parallel line following on from that, and at the same kind of distance another parallel line. So we've got 3 lines there. Next we want 2 vertical lines. This is the first one, and we're going to put a second one in, which will be making a kind of square. And try and make those as square as you possibly can and equal. So we've got a square there. We're going to do another horizontal line round about 1/3 of the height up, round about there. And in a similar way we're going to do a line down about 1/4 of the size of the square. Now we want to cut a vertical line through the squares that we created, like that. Now we've got some structure lines in, we can start to place certain features of the cat in. I'm going to create a line there and an opposite line to it to create what could be the nose at some point. Draw a line like this and then curve it round to the top of the nose. We want to draw a line underneath the mouth which is about 1/3 the size, like that, of the square. That will help us to find the lower mouth part, which goes halfway across the square. Looking at another feature now, we're going to find out whereabouts the eyes ought to be going in the image. At the top of the original square I've created a small rectangle about 1/4 of the height. I'm going to then go back to the top of the mouth and bring an angle through to about the middle of the square. Take a line from the bottom of that rectangle to the point where I've just shown you there. And that's part of the top of the head. This next line that I'm doing should be parallel with the line just underneath it that's connected to the nose, and it's part of the head. That now we can actually start putting an eye in. It fits in that space which looks a little bit like a triangle, and we're starting to get bits of actual face that look like a face now. I've just projected a set of lines, and we keep building these structure lines. Between the 2 vertical lines, the line that I put above the nose and the line that joins the vertical square, I'm going to place a midway line that helps me create where the diamond shape eye is that I've just fitted in there. Back to the mouth, and I'm doing the left side of the cheek now because I've got a basic idea where that's going to end. See, I've projected a line down from the eye, and that helps me create the other cheek on the other side. Following on from the line we just created, we can project onto the back of the head, and now we need to go and produce the top part of the head, which is basically a bump that's not that dissimilar to the bump that we made next to it. Now we've got those shapes in place, we can start thinking about where we need to put the ear on this side, and that's fairly easy because it's halfway across from the square like that and down to the centre of the eye line, which I've created a line for it so I can see, and at the other side it's parallel, and as you can see you can just fit it in quite easily. I'm making a slight adjustment there to make the head ever so slightly larger, but the back of the neck you can put in, and it's just getting little bits of definition in now. We're almost finished. You can make adjustments from here, but you can see how really easy it is by just using structure lines to create and produce any cat, and you can adapt this to virtually any cat you want to do. I'm just going over various bits now, and that is really the drawing done. I've gone on to do a quick study in graphite and oil pastels of this tiger. It literally, you can use this principle to build virtually any cat. In this case it's a tiger. It were a nice picture, so I thought I'd have a go at that. But have a go at producing this structured image and see whether you can better proportion a cat. Thank you for having a look at the video, and we will see you again in our next video. Bye for now.